Lakeshore Keepers welcomes you to the Manistee North Pierhead Light. For more than a century, this light has been a beacon of hope for all who pass by, guiding sailors through storms in a changing world. In the 1840s, Manistee was a wild stretch of forest and rivers. Native Americans had lived here for generations, but now settlers were arriving, drawn by one thing: timber. With Lake Michigan recently connected to the Mississippi River system, timber was in high demand. In 1841, John and Joseph Stronach built the first sawmill on the river, and soon the sound of axes filled the air. The city of Manistee was just beginning. But prosperity came with danger. The harbor mouth was treacherous. Ships carrying lumber needed a beacon of safety. Local citizens tried to improve the harbor, but it became evident more was required. After years of petitions, time passed and few improvements. Finally, in 1867, Congress approved the funds, and in 1870, Manistee's first light was lit, a two-story wooden tower with a shining fifth-order Fresnel lens. At last, larger vessels were able to enter the harbor safely. Then, tragedy struck. In the fall of 1871, a fire swept across the area, quickly engulfing the city in flames. Manistee burned to the ground, and the brand new lighthouse with it. The town was in ruins. But lighthouse keeper John McKee refused to let the harbor go dark. He hoisted a temporary navigation lantern on a pole and kept the idea of a light alive. Congress appropriated $10,000 for the reconstruction of a new lighthouse. In the spring of 1872, construction was underway on the replacement lighthouse with its identical design to the original. By 1873, a permanent replacement lens was installed in the lighthouse. Through the late 1800s, the piers were extended and beacon lights added, constantly adapting to larger ships and shifting sands. A fog signal building, 11 pole-mounted lanterns, and new structures followed as Manistee's harbor became a critical hub. To meet the needs of ever larger ships, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was tasked with developing plans for a new breakwater structure to be constructed south of the South Pier. These plans began the last series of changes that reflect the present-day appearance of the harbor entrance. In 1914, construction was completed on the south breakwater structure, and a skeletal light tower was placed near the outer edge. At this time, the need for the lengthy South Pier diminished, and it was shortened to its present-day length of approximately 300 feet. Finally, in 1927, the lighthouse we see today rose at the end of the North Pier, a sturdy steel tower built to withstand time and weather. The old wooden light was retired, and the elevated metal catwalk was installed, allowing keepers to reach the beacon during fierce Lake Michigan storms. By 1939, the Coast Guard had taken over lighthouses nationwide. Automation slowly replaced keepers, personnel and budgets declined, and by the late 20th century, this light, like many others, was in danger of neglect. But the people of Manistee stepped in. From the 1990s through 2000s, the tower was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places, and when it was declared surplus, ownership passed to the city of Manistee. Restoration began, ensuring this light would continue to shine. The Manistee County Historical Society, on behalf of the city of Manistee, proceeded with plans for the rehabilitation of the Manistee North Pierhead Light and elevated walkway. The light was encapsulated, sandblasted, and repainted, and even to this day holds the base archives of the historic light. Today, the Manistee North Pierhead Light stands not just as a beacon for ships, but as a beacon of history, reminding us of resilience, community, and the will to endure. Due to limitations, which kept the light closed to the public, the Historical Society, Lakeshore Keepers, and the City of Manistee agreed to allow Lakeshore Keepers to continue restoration efforts and to open Manistee North Pierhead Light to the public. By visiting, taking a tour, buying from the gift shop, or donating, you're helping Lakeshore Keepers preserve this lighthouse and others, like Big Sauble Point Lighthouse in Ludington State Park, the Ludington North Breakwater Light in Ludington, Little Sauble Point Lighthouse in Silver Lake State Park, and White River Light Station near Whitehall. The next time you see the Manistee North Pierhead Light, remember you're looking at more than just a light. You're looking at the story of Manistee itself, one of survival, strength, and hope shining on for generations to come. On behalf of the Lakeshore Keepers, we sincerely thank you for your support of the mission.